then you will get to know easily.
Hmm.
You don't need to by heart, like daily will be like working on same things, right? So during KTs and
Hmm.
daily will remember by telling on like sure. We'll start sharing my screen. Let me know once it is visible. Is it visible?
Yes, bro.
Okay. So if you see new thing, I created new trial account because the old trial account was there
Yes.
only for 30 days. So
But
like
how did
yeah,
all this came?
like I downloaded, bro. Like see, once that account is deleted, you can't access. Okay, so if you see like we had like indication. So this, if I open that, it will show
Hmm.
like it's not acceptable. See, there was an error when authenticating against external user couldn't authenticate against external identity
Hmm.
provider. Shadow user not found. Means the like earlier it was for 90 days, bro. So I extended. So after that, they
Hmm.
will just give like 30 days extra. Now they are restricted. Even if you create new account, it's like 30 days only. So I download all these packages, right? I saved it as a version and download. I just imported. I haven't deployed every iFlow. I just deployed a few of them only. Like, you see, like you need new mail ID and new mobile number for this, like to create new
Oh, to create
uh,
another 30 days.
trial account. Yes. So every time when you
New
want to
email ID.
create,
Okay.
yeah, new email ID we can create, but new mobile number I don't. We have to ask like friends or like if you have double SIM, it's okay.
I will
But after
use
that,
every
yeah,
time I will use my friend's email ID and all.
yeah. So if you see like all our new, I haven't deployed other ones. If you see,
Mhm.
all of these are new ones. Like I just wanted to show for today's demo class. So older ones are not there.
Dummy,
I,
dummy.
yeah, so I just imported them. I haven't deployed. If like if you
Mm.
see like data stores, variables and all, everything got vanished. This whole
Yeah.
completely new account.
Oh,
So
we have 2 days, but those 2 days went on weekend, right?
yeah.
On
So what
yeah.
to do? We skipped some 2 3 days, right? So like
Mm.
holidays also weekend and all. So it's fine. And for this, you have new credentials. Okay, so I created one new trial account here, and if you like, I've enabled the client ID secret here. Like, you will get that client
Mm.
ID secret from this main instances of subscription. You will create one create service key and all right. So there, it's taking
Copy.
bit time. Yeah. So if you go to instances of subscription, CPI div, API div.
Mm.
So here, if you just click on this and view, we'll be able to see client ID, client secret. So that client ID secret you
Mm.
will have to use. Okay. So that's it. And so today we will discuss like EDI we were discussing, right? Like we discussed about EDI extractor, EDI,
Mm.
EDI to XML converter, XML to EDI converter and all. So today we will deal with EDA splitter. Okay. Like what
Split.
does EDA?
Yeah.
Yeah, splitter. It says like similarly like general and iterating splitter. We have EDA splitter, so which is specifically used for EDA. So similarly, we have like ad hoc, tar splitter, zip splitter, and all. But most probably, like whatever the format we have, we will be using that splitter and all. Like general and iterating are mostly used, and for EDA, it's specifically EDA splitter. Okay, so I will just a minute close all these and created one. Postman collection also for that. Just need to switch back my version this time. So we'll move for oh shit. The older version got moved. Fine, let it go. Hmm. So bro, we'll be
So,
connecting with this EDS splitter like HTTPS adapter. Okay, we are marking it as EDS splitter, and then we will use this EDS splitter. Okay, similarly, we have like EDI to XML converter and all. We have these three options, right? EDIFACT, extras, and trade accounts. We can use any format which we want. So processing, we are just like if you want parallel processing, like if it is big payload and you want to split it parallelly and then go it, you can enable this or you can disable. And so now we have EDIFACT. Okay, if you just click on edit, so mm, here like we have different operations here like source encoding and all. So we will keep UTF-8 only, and we have to import that schema name like image and all. We will create and we will export it as cloud integration. Then we'll get one XST, and we did that last time, right? Like so, when you just click on add, you can like you can select like multiple versions, whatever you add in the references. Like for that, you need to add your XSTs here, schemas here in the references to configure in splitter. So if you want to split EDIFACT type system splitter, then you need to import that EDIFACT schema name. And we have different options here. Like source encoding should always be in UTF-8 because splitter expects it in UTF-8. Like other also you can do, but you know, for like if you are doing transaction mode and all in message, then you need to go with the UTF-8 and all. So validate message, if you want to validate envelope and message, there are two options. So if you click on envelope and message, it will validate both like whole envelope plus message. Like envelope as in like that header was there like event A, event B, event Z, event E and all, or ISA that and all. Like if you see this, yeah, this. So this and all is event B is header, event Z is also trailer. This is like with envelope, and even H to event is the actual message. So if you want to validate everything, then you have to give that envelope and message, and decimal character is dot dynamic and for incoming payload is that like based on requirement we'll use that. Like as of now we have kept it default. Transaction mode, okay. Transaction mode we have like two options, interchange and message. So if you want to split according to message, then you will be using this message, or if you want to split according to interchange, then we'll be splitting according to the interchange. Okay, so like same way interchange is like that headers and all like even each and all will be there. Like if it is two, mm, where is it option? So here it is just like one segment, right? So if there is like two segments and all, if you want to split according to interchange, then you can just use the interchange. No, but we want to split according to message because like we'll be having multiple segments in the message. That's why DDS schema definition is the integration flow. If you're using partner directory, then you can use the header, and you have to give the header name in the here like. Last class we discussed, right? Like we will give some header name over there in partner directory, and then we will import that and all. We don't need to give XST and all if you're using partner directory. So as of now, we are keeping the integration flow since we have imported XST already. So here is the partner directory. Now that old trial account we had, but since it's new trial account, all the data got vanished. So I had to do it again. This is just for test purpose I did, but that is the wrong one. So mm, that's it. And external also similar way. We have UTF-8 standard validation or no validation. Like if you don't want to validate, you just want to pass it, then you can always give the no validation. Transaction method, we want to split according to message, and integration flow, same thing. So I'll just do one thing. I'll discard. So just standard gather and content modify just to show you like how it is getting splitted and all. Like I'm just adding one line and after that dollar end dot body. Like each time it splits and then again it will come. It will add one line and then the splitted payload will come. And we have used the gather. We always used to use plain text concatenate because if you use XML and all, it won't be in XML format, right? It will be in the EDI format. So we don't have an option other than plain text. Plain text is the right format. Like XML different format, XML format formattable doesn't applicable for this. If you use any, that is also fine, but we won't get that concatenate option. So we always have to use this plain text option. Okay, so now I'll go here. I will come to EDI splitter. We use the basic code same way, and then this is even EDIFACT. EDIFACT will always start with even, right? So this one I'm just switching on trace. Okay, now I will just send it. Yeah. So now if you see, we have got two different messages. Okay, like two different splits happened. So even if you see here, uh, even B3 sender ID, receiver ID till this one point, even H is there, and then BGF, DTM, FTX, even Z, everything is there. Okay, till
Yeah.
PRI. Till PRI, it is one payload, and then again it got splitted, and we have like even SES details and all over here. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, so even SS details and all. So like we had two message inside that, and so it is splitting the body in the two different split. How it is coming in this format, because we use the content modifier. We have used this dotted line and dot in body. So first it is splitting
Mhm.
one payload, and then it is coming here, and it is getting added. If you see this monitor message processing, DS splitter, and along with that we will get few headers. Message processing ID and all. Wait, split ID and all will be there, I think. So if you see, this is the incoming payload. It analyzes, and then it has like two splitter after that. So first splitter message is like this. Then it is like we will add one dotted line here, and the body we will share it here. Then again the next split. Next split payload is this. And then if you click on gather, that second payload is there. Now at the end it gathers to the two payload also. It just concatenates the both the payloads. That's how it is splitting the thing. Same like this is the even EDIFACT format. If you want to test for ISA version, the other one external version also you can do. Hmm, where is it? Yeah. So if you just click on send on this also. So here it is just like only one segment is there. So it just split it into one splitter. Like one body is there. And I take this payload and see. This is even a font, right? So even segment. Okay. So it's an easy concept of splitters. That's like that's the only thing. Like basically we'll play with this what do you call parameters. So if you want to split according to interchange, then you will be coming here and changing the transaction mode. If you're using partner directory app, then you will be giving EDI schema definition in the header, because we will be giving header over there, like, and we will be using that, and decimal character also, like whatever you want, then that we can give it and use it here. So the parameters are very less and it's easy to use here. Okay. So there is some theoretical concepts also here. So SAP, you can always you know go to help.sap.com, EDI Splitter. So you can see that use the EDI Splitter to split inbound bulk EDI messages and configure the splitter to validate and acknowledge the inbound messages. I think we have one more option over there. Just there is something called as technical acknowledgement or something is it like okay. Where is that? Yeah. So this if you scroll down, okay, we have process invalid messages also. Like it has to be disabled, but if you want to ignore small like format errors and all like that will be there sometimes. But if you feel like okay, this is okay, SAP can understand it that that is not an issue, then you can click on this. Just root invalids with the header, but you will have this the CPI header. There is one header called as CPI, SAP EDI message status, something like that. Okay, that will show whether the message is successful or it will validate and it will say like whether it is the right format or not. But sometimes you will have to ignore some errors, then you can use that. I think there is yeah. SAP, yeah, this one SAP EDI message status అని ఒక header ఉంటుంది. That will give you the right status, like whether it is in the right format or not. But if you are using, like we have to keep it disabled usually, but if it's a requirement from sender or receiver only, then we can do that. And there is one thing called as create acknowledgement. Like as soon as it comes inside and if you say like required, then you will get like multiple options here like like to whom you want to send acknowledge, it will go back to the sender like we got the message and it is in the right format or something like that. Customize envelope from incoming payload or override or remove options, like multiple options. We never use this. Like there is another option also to send the acknowledgement and all that we will use, not we won't be using it here, like we'll keep it the default like not required. But in saphelp.com, they mention that if you choose to acknowledge the EDA message, then Splitter transmits a functional acknowledgement after processing the bulk EDA message and all. But I will tell you, we have another option to send this acknowledgement. I will tell you like where it is and all. So that's it with respect to CPA, and you can just explore this help.sap.com for further, you know, like it has like detailed info and all, like it's a simple concept, but still like they have told like each like combination of parameters. If you use this and this like envelope and message with the dot, what will happen? And envelope and message with like header lower or stale also the integration flow or sale also that we covered it already in the last class. I just explained the steps also, like how do we create the flow and added the test payloads also here. We have tested these two payloads. And some things are there, like okay, see if you see this header and all, some things are mandatory, bro. Like UNH is mandatory. Like if you use the segment without UNH, then it will throw an error. And you can see that like now I will see now this is an invalid UNZ segment. How I will know invalid UNZ segment is because UNB and UNZ, right? Like it's a message with the two splits. If you see the right message is this one. Okay, if I use this one, if I use this, then it is getting splitted into two different things. Okay, so if you observe this UNZ, it will, the one suggests that it is one specific message, and this one specific that this is different message. Okay, but if you see here, here it is event z plus 2 because it has two split messages combined. Okay, now if I give 3, it will throw an error saying invalid segment, because that field indicates that it's the number of segments which we are using in that particular message. Okay, if you see messages now, see it says an internal server record EDA validation failed. Please find the details in the MPL attachment. And by default, SAP logs, CPI logs the error attachment sent from that EDA header.
Okay.
Okay, if you say this, actually error splitter validation error document error text is saying notification that the number of functional groups or messages segment does not match the number given in the event Z or event E or event T. So that number
Mhm.
is the number of functional groups or messages or segments. Here it is the number of messages. There it is 2 messages, but we are forcing it to say like 3 messages, then it is giving that error. So what happens if I go to uh, artifact editor?
Yeah.
It's right there. And EDIFACT, and I will say, is it? We'll say interchange, deploy, and see like what is the result. Deployment started.
Yeah.
It's really giving
Internal.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is still checking the interchange because even H comes under the interchange header. That's why. So EDA format and the segment and all has to be mandatorily proper. If there is an issue, then CPA will catch it. So
Okay.
that's it about EDI Splitter.
Uh-huh.
And after this, bro, then we have this. I will show the one real-time scenario. So this too was about integration advisor. Like we had this B2B scenarios also.
Uh,
I just created some company profile just to show you how does it look in real time. So it was not there earlier. Okay, so
mm,
when I showed it first time, there was nothing. So I just created
mm.
one profile here.
Okay. Oh, it's one blank one here.
Yeah, I think it will take some time.
Yes.
Yeah, so now in the overview, we'll give the company name, company short name, and
Mm,
only these other are not mandatory. So I just kept it blank.
mm,
And
mm.
contacts usually like it is not mandatory, but for the partner profile, we'll take the contacts. Like
Yeah.
they will take our contacts, and we will take
Their
partner
contact
profile
name.
contact, vendor contact, and we will put it there in the tray. There is this partner profile. I will show you that there we have maintained, but here it is not mandatory, so we haven't maintained. And in identifiers, we have like two things. Okay, one is the system details which we are using, and like how the trading partner will see us. So trading partner will see us as Accenture. Okay, like they
Mm,
will whatever, like if they say like they will send goods receipt or invoice verification to the Accenture company, so they will be having identification as Accenture. Okay, and
mm,
alias will
mm.
be Accenture, and type system whatever they are sending. So if they are sending in the EDIFACT type system, then it will be like one EDIFACT. And schema
Okay.
name is like if they are using specific uh, like there are like multiple options schema like orders or audit or invoice and all. So purchase order and all we saw, right? Like so that since we don't have anything, I just kept it as like mutually defined. So here it will be mutually defined between the our company and their company. So we can use this mutually defined option. So that's it with respect to one identifier. And where we will be using, we will be using in the S4 system. So since I just configured one random div system client here, so
Mm.
whenever they send purchase order to us, it will come to CPA. CPA will send it to the S4 system, and this is in the our system, right? Our company
Mm.
system. So that we have to maintain it here. So just click on edit. So identification name we are given this, and target system how we will be sending. We will be sending in the IDOC. We can send in the other format also, but usually it will be in the IDOC format. And scheme is NA, so it won't be having specific this thing at all. Business context is not mandatory. Systems is mandatory. So what systems we have? We have the S4D ERP development system. Okay, so if you see
Mhm.
this. We under system we have like two things, type system and communication. Okay, if you see like if you remember the first class, we have something called as type system, where we have like multiple type AAC extol, LIDOC, even EDIFACT and all, which I showed it in last class. Licensed and unlicensed and all. These are the type systems, right? So we have to specify like ఏ సిస్టంలో మనం ఈడిఐ ఏ టైప్ సిస్టంలో మనం ఈడిఐ ఫార్మాట్ తీసుకున్నాం అండ్ దట్ సిస్టమ్ details has to be updated over there.
Okay.
We see this. So the type system here is like S4HANA IDOC. So we'll be sending in this format and some random version we choose and it's a standard. And if it's a custom, it won't be there, like reference won't be there. I haven't created it, I just given you just to show you like custom అయితే ఇలా ఉంటుంది. If you just click on edit, so ఇలా ఉంటుంది. Name we will give and version we will identify like whatever the version, like there are only two versions. These are the standard versions, and if you want to add some custom version also, you can add it here. We just make that add, it will be getting added over here. And
Mm.
communications is like the sender and the receiver, like how you want to send. Like we will be sending using process direct adapter and AS2 adapter, like multiple options are there. Okay, so if you see like AS2 IDA process direct SOAP next, so usually we will be using process direct sender adapter for sender, and receiver it will be like the S4 will be the receiver, like so we will be there also it's process direct only, but we will give this generic name like TPM. If you see this adapter, both are the process direct adapter. Okay, sender, receiver, and all. So we
Mm.
just identified with different name, TPM simulation and receiver, and here you have to give address also. No, I think not here. Okay, in other place, but you just need to mention that TPM simulation receiver, something like that. Huh? If you see this, the address came connection details. So we just have to give that this address is in the CPI flow. I'll show you later. So that details basically we will give like what is the sender adapter, receiver adapter in the system, and the type system we will give. Certificates parameters are not mandatory if you're using uh, certificate based authentication only, then only we will define. And number ranges, we have something called as number ranges. Okay, if you see మానిటరింగ్‌లో ఒక ఆప్షన్ ఉండేది లైక్ నంబర్ రేంజెస్ అని. బేసికల్లీ లైక్ బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ ఎస్ఏపీ ఎంఎం లాగా వి చూస్ దట్ పర్చేస్ రిక్వెజిషన్, పర్చేస్ ఆర్డర్స్ దే విల్ డిఫైన్ సమ్ యూనిక్ నంబర్ కదా! ఆహ్, అంటే ఈయన ఇంటర్నల్ అయితే అదే స్టాండర్డ్‌గా అసైన్ అయిపోతది ఒక ఐడెంటిఫైయర్. లేదు కస్టమ్ కావాలంటే దట్ ఆల్సో ఇట్ విల్ బి లైక్ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ నంబర్ రేంజ్ అంటారు. సో సిమిలర్లీ వి హావ్ సంథింగ్ కాల్డ్ as number range in CPA also. So you can just add, you can just leave some name and minimum value, maximum value, field length, rotate and all. So what is this field length, rotate and all is, if you see, uh, this number of nines we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that will be the field length. Okay. So what
Okay.
does it says? Any number between 0 and 99999, like ICN is interchange control number. Okay. For every
Mm,
EDI, there will be some unique number called as interchange control number. So that anything within this range, CPI will allow. Anything out of this range, CPI doesn't allow. So like for each format, we'll be having different number ranges. So for default, we have one, even EDIFACT, we have one, AS2, we have one. And what is rotate means? So after this, after it has reached, okay, they have taken everything from 0 to 999, and what next? Then again, it will set from 00000. It will rotate the next value. It will start from scratch again, then it will go up till to 99999. So basically, it just rotates on this field length. So that is what we will define. Just kind of like unique identifier over there. That we will be like if you just click on edit, like whatever the number ranges we have in the monitoring view, we can select that. So since here we are we're not using any format, just keep it as default. Like if you're using EDIFACT, you can use EDIFACT number range. If you're using external, then you can use that one. That's it,
mm,
simple. Okay, that is with respect to the company profile. Okay, partner profile. Partner profile. I just imagine that we are getting message from an arrow tag or some under just given in some random name. So there also we are given company name, company short name, country, region, code and all, and then contacts. Just maximize this. So contacts he will be the EDA guy. So any issues with respect to Zendesk team and all, we will be reaching out to this guy.
mm.
And they will having our EDA person details, EDA developer details. So they will be reaching out to us that way. So we'll be having like email ID and all. If you want to add some more contacts also, that also you can do, like preferred email, preferred contact and all those details will be there. And then identifiers. So identifiers, how we will identify them, we will define them as an arrow tag. We will identify them as an arrow tag, and we agreed upon even EDIFACT format and mutually
Mm,
defined between us. So schema is ZZ. Similar way, like they have some random system given, so their system will be EDI system, right? So that system will have specific ID and all that they will give, and we will maintain that. And we will be sending, we will be converting our EDA to IDOC format. So they will think, okay, uh, they will think that in Accenture we will be using IDOC format. So whatever we send, that will be converted to this. So like just an identifier. So how we will identify them, how they will identify us, what is our backend system, what is uh, they also know, like they should also know like where how we are converting. Like we are converting to IDOC to EDA.
mm.
So with IDOC one identifier, with EDA one identifier. Similarly in Accenture we have like in our company profile we have one identifier, and is for ID we have another identifier. That way like two identifiers we need to define. Business contract, nothing is the system also same way, like we will be defining their system, and under their system we'll be having type system communication also. So they will be sending us in. So in Accenture what we did, we have used the S for IDA version. So they will be sending in EDA version, EDA type system. So we have used the EDA
Uh,
type system version whatever they're sending. Similar way like communication, process direct sender, process direct receiver, we are just given that receiver address over here. Yeah, that's it. And then certificates parameters we are not used. I just to show you a demo purpose, I will use a simple communication and number ranges we have used the there we have kept the default.
mm.
Here we have kept the SCNUN EDIFACT. So that's the company profile and profit partner profile. Then we will have but agreement template between our company and their company.
Yeah.
So this will be like it's not just between our company and their company, like it's like a template for all the other companies also. We can copy this and use it and create an agreement. It's like a template. Okay, so here we're like Accenture EDIFACT template and all, like we can create as many templates as possible. So we are
Mm.
given like some things are like auto fetched. Okay, like once we click on uh, create here, okay, just click on open draft. Okay, so you just give the system name is 4D and all. Type system is this. System version. See, it's already there. You just need to just select it.
Okay.
ఇలా అగ్రిమెంట్ టెంప్లెట్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకొని ఏది ఉంటుందో అది ఓకే. Now I'll just show the real one which I created. Hmm. So we choose this name as Accenture EDIFACT template, our company details and common details between us. Our system is this for dev, type system is this, type version is this, IDOC version, identifier in company type system. So our identifier ఏంటి, ours will be like S4 dev client 100 and ట్రేడింగ్
Mhm.
పార్ట్నర్లో వాళ్ళు మనం ఎలా ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తారో అక్సెంచర్ అని and then type system will be even EDIFACT okay for them and that way we'll be converting into IDOC. So this alias for identifier in trading partner type system that we don't know, so we have kept it blank. Some like whatever mandatory things are not there, then that you can keep it. If it is not mandatory, you can keep it as blank. So now once you do that, you will get one draft version. ఇలా ఏది సెండర్ ఏది రిసీవర్ అని. So how it will go? Sender, communication, interchange, mapping, interchange, communication, mapping. So like 7 steps will be there in each flow. Sender
Okay.
low, sender low, you can see, you can click on edit and see unlock. So if you just click on sender here, it will be auto loaded. So company name
Mm.
ఉంటుంది, schema ఉంటుంది, message implementation guide is the MIG which we created. So
Okay.
that we can load it here and like it will be like it will be coming in EDIFACT format like that, orders and all. And then communication we have kept it blank because it is just a template, right? Like once they create a real template, we will be using like what address we will be using and do they need function and acknowledgement and all that we will be showing over there. Like I will tell you there in the agreement in
Mm.
interchange. So here we choose this image. So if you just give that image name, whatever you created and whatever the version type system and you created, it will come here. You can just choose this. So and then this and all is draft and here, right? I told you like in splitter we are not giving like we are given acknowledgement is not required. So if you want acknowledgement, if you want to send function acknowledgement, technical acknowledgement, you can come and give like is required here. But for every vendor, we won't be like not giving it. Uh, so for some vendors, only if they need acknowledgement, then we will be giving that. And interchange
Mhm.
number and all like it's like default and all. We are not changing anything. Syntax and enable syntax validation is also by default. Then mapping MAG we haven't created. Okay, so MAG if if it is just simple one-to-one or simple thing, then we will be going with image. Image లో ఏంటి మ్యాపింగ్ వెళ్ళాలి ఒక సోర్స్ ఉంటుంది రిసీవర్ ఉంటుంది. If you take this example only, we are taking the EDIFACT only and we are sending it to the S4 in IDOC format. So EDIFACT లో కూడా ఒక మ్యాపింగ్ కావాలి, IDOC లో కూడా ఒక మ్యాపింగ్ కావాలి. Then we will be mapping it right in the mapping guideline. But if that doesn't suit our requirement, if the requirement is too complex, then custom create చేస్తా అంటే you can always come here and use this customized mapping processing and then you can enable this and దానికి ఒక flow create చేయాలి and that process direct address the adapter address that you have to give it here, or if you have already um, using the standard MAG guidelines, that name you can choose and choose, like, select and choose here. We have two options also, standard and the customized. Since just to show you, like, I have used the customized image, we don't have the real-time image requirement under it, so just use the customized one. And then either sender interchange, either receiver interchange. Receiver అంటే సిపిఐకి ఇవ్వచ్చు, దెన్ వీఆర్ సెండింగ్ ఇట్ ద ఎస్ ఫర్ ఐడాక్ కదా. ఎస్ ఫర్ ఐడాక్ ది టైప్ సిస్టమ్ టైప్ వర్షన్ అండ్ ఎంఏజీ, దానికి కూడా ఒక ఎంఏజీ క్రియేట్ చేసాం, ఐడాక్ ఆర్డర్ అని. దట్ వీ హ్యావ్ చూస్డ్ అ నంబర్ ఇన్ జనరల్ వీ హ్యావ్ చూస్, అండ్ ద రిసీవర్ ఇస్ ఎస్4డి. ఎస్4డి is the company identifier type system, image and we have done. So that's how we create the agreement template between company profile and the trading profile. You can download, like there is download option also. Now we have this agreement. If you just click on create, it is already there, like agreement template నుంచి మనం copy చేయొచ్చు already. Like if you, or if you
Oh,
want to create new, you can create new. So now you just click on next. So it says like bind with template or copy from template. Bind with template అంటే it is like we are using the same template, we can't modify. అంటే pre-packaged content లో configure only, ఎడిటబుల్ అని ఉంటుంది కదా. సో ఇట్స్ లైక్ దట్. కాపీ అంటే కాపీ చేసుకొని ఎడిట్ చేయొచ్చు, బట్ బైండ్ ఇస్ నాట్ లైక్ దట్. యూ హ్యావ్ టు బి like it's the same thing, like everything has to be defined over there. So now I want to copy from template this, then if you just click on open draft, అది వస్తుంది, like real agreement వస్తుంది. Then if you see the status is active and copied from template, Accenture EDIFACT template. Okay, if you see every details will be same, but I just added the communication details. I will show. సో ఓవర్వ్యూలో ఏంటి, ఐ జస్ట్ చేంజ్ ద నేమ్. అక్కడ అక్సెంచర్ ఎడిఫాక్ట్ టెంప్లెట్ అని ఉంది కదా. సో వీఆర్ చూస్ దట్ ఆరోటెక్ B2B agreement, B2B between
mm,
Aerotek and Accenture template. Copied from this template, the template name ఉంది and the same, every details is same. So here we know identifier in trading partner type system ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే, it will be like Aerotek. So we are identifying them as Aerotek. కంపెనీ టైప్ సిస్టమ్లో 2201 వాళ్ళది కంపెనీ ఐడి ఇస్తారు కదా. సో దే విల్ బి ఐడెంటిఫైయింగ్ ఎస్ దిస్, we will be identifying them as this. So it is just an identify, like initial overview లాగా ఉంటుంది. And then if you come to B2B scenario, so
mm,
there it was the communication, we have kept it blank, right? Here I was sent a
yeah.
channel. So sender process direct adapter తో EDIFACT interchange ని సెండ్ చేస్తుంది రిసీవర్కి. అండ్ వాట్ ఎవర్ మ్యాపింగ్ వీ హ్యావ్, దట్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ దేర్ వీ విల్ బి enabling that, but since it is not there, I just kept it as blank. And then CPI, what, how it will send it in IDOC format. IDOC version ki receiver ki ela ఉంటుంది via process direct, via TPM simulation receiver, and it will go to the S4D. So I just added, that interchange, sorry, communication లో ప్రాసెస్ డైరెక్ట్ సెండర్ అని యాడ్ చేశాను, అండ్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ ఫర్ సెండర్ ఫంక్షనల్ అక్నాలెడ్జ్మెంట్ టీపీఎం సిమ్యులేషన్ రిసీవర్. సో దిస్ ఫ్లో విల్, వన్స్ ఇట్ రీచెస్ S4D, దెన్ వీ విల్ సీ దట్ హే ఇట్ రీచ్డ్ బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ అని ఒక ఫంక్షనల్ అక్నాలెడ్జ్మెంట్ లాగా సెండ్ చేస్తాం. రెస్ట్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్
Oh,
రిమైన్స్ సేమ్. రెస్ట్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ కమ్స్ ఆటో, లైక్ టెంప్లెట్ నుంచి వస్తుంది ఇవన్నీ.
okay.
సో అంతే. సో వీ కెన్ create as many agreements as possible between different vendors using the template which was created earlier.
Mm,
So once you uh, create this agreement, right? So partner directory data లో ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఒక ఏంటిది ఎంట్రీ క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది. సో దీస్ త్రీ
mm,
ఆల్సో గాట్ క్రియేటెడ్ after I add that. So these two are like by default got added. It is of no use, but this one is a real partner directory ID. So this partner directory ID and this partner directory is different. ఇక్కడ జస్ట్ మనం XSD యూజ్ చేసి హెడర్లో we will be using, right, binary parameters under. So this is different and this is different. This is like when we create an agreement between sender and vendor. So that's how the partner directory created. This we will be using in real time messaging ID and all. ఈ partner ID ఉంటే
mm,
మాత్రమే it will go like something like that. వ్యాలిడ్ ఉంటే మాత్రమే we can exchange. Okay, and it has like default string parameters, like what are parameters we can use and all. So if you see TPM sender ID ఉంది and receiver ID will be there, EDA receiver sender ID, and TPM source image as envelope or not. So like it will give you all the details. Since our image doesn't has envelope, I have created without envelope, so it is giving false. And CPI EDA record payload format ఏంటి, EDA format XML లో ఉంటుంది అని చెప్తుంది, like how it like message mapping format అది XML అనే ఉంటుంది. Like when we are sending idocs, it will be we can send it XML over idoc and CXML and also. So that format they are telling about. And TPM FID status, version, EDI receiver message version, sender trading partner name. So these are all like we haven't added. It got added automatically. And binary parameters, no, source message XST, assembly XST. So that and all got added by default.
Mhm.
That's about partner directory. And cross actions లో ఏం లేదు. We haven't like ఏమైనా ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ అగ్రిమెంట్స్ ఏమైనా అప్డేట్ చేయాలంటే, లేదంటే యాక్టివేట్ చేయాలంటే, మైగ్రేట్ చేయాలంటే, దెన్ విల్ బి యూజింగ్ క్రాస్ యాక్షన్స్.
Mhm.
కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ మేనేజర్ ఆల్సో, like to like if it is failed, okay, suppose B2B scenarios ki we can monitor it separately. Like if you go here B2B scenarios and click చేస్తే
ఈరోజు సిస్టమ్ స్లో ఉంది.
ఆ, ఇక్కడ చూస్తే ఇంటర్చేంజెస్ అండ్ అన్అసైన్డ్ ఇంటర్చేంజెస్ అని ఉంది. సో
Mhm.
ఇంటర్చేంజెస్ అయితే ఇక్కడ లైక్ we can see like all the completed and the failed ones and all. So I thought of showing one real time like completed messages, but నాకు అది we don't have the real like అది రియల్ టైమ్ గా మెసేజ్ పేలోడ్ అవన్నీ కావాలి. సో I tried doing that but it kept on failing. So like whatever failed messages comes, right? We'll be monitoring it here. Okay. So if you
Okay.
see this status failed and ఉంటుంది, receiver functional acknowledgement not expected anniversary, because we are given it is not required, and we will be having
Mhm.
all the error information over here. Payload కూడా ఇక్కడ ఉంటుంది. Like if you come down, like we have sender interchange payload, like whatever payload we sent and sender interchange received, everything will be available here. Error payload కూడా ఉంటుంది.
Mhm.
See, ఎర్రర్ పేలోడ్ కూడా ఉంటుంది, లైక్ జస్ట్ ఫర్ యువర్ ట్రబుల్ షూటింగ్ కోసం, లేదంటే మ్యాపింగ్ ఎర్రర్ ఏమైనా ఉంటే దెన్ వీ కెన్ సీ దట్ హియర్. సో ప్రతి మెసేజ్కి ఒక ఇంటర్చేంజ్ ఐడి అని క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది. సో ఇఫ్ యూ సీ ద సెండర్ టెక్నికల్ అక్నాలజ్మెంట్ స్టేటస్ ఇస్ అక్నాలెజ్డ్, మీన్స్ ఇట్ వెంట్ అక్నాలెజ్డ్ దట్ సెండర్కి మనకి మీ మెసేజ్ వచ్చింది అని ఒక అక్నాలజ్మెంట్. రిసీవర్ ఫంక్షనల్ అక్నాలజ్మెంట్ అంటే S4D వెళ్ళి S4D నుంచి ఒక మెసేజ్ మనకు వస్తే దట్ విల్ బి సెండింగ్ ఫంక్షనల్ అక్నాలజ్మెంట్ లాగా, లైక్ ఫంక్షనల్ గా అన్ని లైక్ దే వోంట్ బి వెరిఫైయింగ్ ద డేటా అండ్ జస్ట్ టు సే దట్ ఇట్ హ్యాస్ రీచ్డ్ S4D బ్యాక్ ఎండ్. అది అక్కడ కూడా లైక్ దట్ ఆప్షన్ ఇస్ ఆల్సో దేర్. So and so here, right, how many times we want to retry, that option we can do it here in the retry configuration. Like if it get failed, interchange processing flow లేదంటే 3 maximum retry, లేదంటే డెడ్ లెటర్ క్యూ లైక్ ఆర్కైవ్ లాగా ఒక క్యూకి వెళ్ళిపో అని ఆప్షన్ ఉంటుంది. లైక్ వెదర్ డూప్లికేట్ మెసేజెస్ అలౌడ్ ఆర్ నాట్, అక్నాలజ్మెంట్ కన్ఫర్మేషన్, టెక్నికల్ అక్నాలజ్మెంట్ ఎంత టైంలో రావాలి, ఫంక్షన్ అక్నాలజ్మెంట్ ఎంత టైంలో రావాలి, ఎవ్రీ డీటెయిల్స్ విల్ బి దేర్ ఇన్ ద కన్ఫిగరేషన్ మేనేజర్ హియర్. అండ్ రీట్రై కన్ఫిగరేషన్, అక్నాలజ్మెంట్ కన్ఫిగరేషన్, కస్టమ్ రూల్స్ ఇవన్నీ ఉంది. బట్ వీ వాంట్ బి యూజింగ్ లైక్ మ్యాక్స్ టు మ్యాక్స్ our concentration will be on these 5 stuff. Company profile, company profile will be one time activity, మీది ఒక్కటే కంపెనీ కదా, సో దాట్ వన్. Partner
Mhm.
profile will be like different vendors, different. If you have multiple subsidiaries within your own company, then we will be having multiple company profiles here also. An agreement template అవన్నీ క్రియేట్ చేసి దెన్ విల్ బి యూజింగ్ దిస్. సో ఇంతే బ్రో. సో దట్స్ ఆల్ అబౌట్ P2B ఇమేజెస్ అంటారు. సో రియల్ టైంలో మనం
Mhm.
ఇమేజ్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం, సోర్స్కి ఒకటి, రిసీవర్కి ఒకటి, దెన్ So if you see that I have created two different images, one for source, one for receiver.
Mm.
IDOC orders. Then I will be mapping some standard image. If I just the resource image, I choose this one, and target image I choose this one. And then if you just click on next image creation, ఒక నేమ్ అదే default గా అదే తీసుకుంటుంది. So this and all will be there by default. Okay, so it has like just like overview details and all. క్రియేట్ అయిపోయింది చూడండి. సెండర్లో did I choose the same thing twice? So ఇక్కడ source no that EDIFACT will be there, and here in target IDOC orders. So I think I choose the same thing. So what we can do, we can map it like this. Okay, conditions into mapping, conditions of cardinality and all. You can give that all the mappings like one-to-one kavala. This is a cardinality. One-to-one అంటే mandatory field అన్నమాట. It has to be
Mm.
like if it is not there, then CPI will throw error. అది. And then global parameters ఏమన్నా declare చేయాలంటే shared, like if the two of the feeds is using the same put, then you can define it here and you can just refer it here that way. But usually we won't be doing this image because CPA లో అక్కడ ఒక మెసేజ్ మ్యాపింగ్ ఆప్షన్ ఉంది కదా, అక్కడే మనం కస్టమ్ గా చేసి like that will be easy. See, this has like too much of complexity, like they are still improving,
Mhm.
but it's not UI friendly. సో we're still like ఇవన్నీ మనం యూజే చేయలేదు అట్లీస్ట్ రియల్ టైమ్ లో, బట్ we have just understood like ఎలా వర్క్ అవుతుంది అని. Then once you
Okay.
have created all these things, then you have like activate option. Activate చేసిన తర్వాత ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయండి క్లౌడ్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ రన్ టైమ్ ఆర్టిఫాక్ట్ లో. దట్
Mm.
విల్ హ్యావ్ దట్ మెసేజ్ మ్యాపింగ్ కి డాట్ ఎం మ్యాప్ అని ఒక ఫైల్ జనరేట్ అవుతుంది. దట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఇంపోర్ట్ ఇట్ ఇన్ ద సిపిఐ, లైక్ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు యూజ్. అండ్
లిటర్‌కి పెద్ద పెద్ద పేజే ఉంది. ఐ మీన్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఎక్కువే ఉంది.
బ్రో సి లైక్ రీటైల్ కంపెనీకి మీకు వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారంటే ఈడిఏ ఇస్ ద మేజర్ థింగ్, బట్ స్టిల్ దే ఆర్ ఆల్సో ఎవాల్వింగ్. ఇట్స్ సిపిఐ బిటుబి ఈడిఏ అండ్ ఆల్ ఈస్ న్యూ. దే ఆర్ ఆల్సో
హ్మ్.
అప్గ్రేడింగ్ దెమ్సెల్వ్స్. ఈడిఐ ఈడిఐ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో ఏ డిఫరెంట్ కాన్సెప్ట్. ఇప్పుడు ఎస్ఏపి ఏం చేస్తుంది, ఇఫ్ యూ సి we have API model, right? APM is not ours. So we had APG earlier, which is not part of SAP. Okay, APG, APM is similar. If you just click on APG and all, you just want to know APG, APM management and all. This APG, APM management similar గా work చేస్తుంది.
హుహు.
APG, I'll just show you APG policies. Hmm. If you see this policies under access control, decode GWT, JSON XML, verify GWT XML to JSON, basic authentication, OAuth V2 policies and all. These are and all are the APG policies, quota, regular reset quota,
హ్మ్.
SML session. మనం ఇవన్నీ చూసాం కదా.
అవును.
Underlying logic is all APG. So SAP
హుహుహు.
brought this APG inside SAP BTP integration platform, and they made it as a SAP API management. Similarly, we have something called as PubSub. Solace laga undi. Like we'll be having queues, topics and all, where we will be subscribing uh, event broker అని ఉంటుంది. So if you see this, we'll be having clues, clients, and I'll tell you like this is about advanced event measure. So if you just click the PubSub
సూపర్.
documentation,
హుహు.
and ఇక్కడ చేశాను నేను రైట్. Mm, mm, mm. This one. So let's pub sub and advanced event mesh. Where is our advanced event mesh tutorials? Hmm. If you see this integration suite and cluster manager, mesh manager, event portal, ఇవన్నీ and then this one pub sub లో similar ఉంది. See cluster manager, mesh manager, agents, micro integration, KPI dashboard, runtime event manager. Similarly, they just brought pub sub inside SAP and they made it as a SAP advanced event mesh. Even in the documentation, I saw like same undi. I mean, Solis pub sub understand this cluster event manager and all, event broker releases and all. If you see this cluster manager, mesh manager, event broker is also there somewhere. What is event driven architecture? Event brokers and TNT. So they're just bringing everything inside. Underlying logic for this is also PubSub only. Advanced event mesh key. Okay. So
Yeah.
similarly, EDA could occur concept, electronic data interchange, which was there in PAP also, but they brought inside SAP CPI. So if you learn this APG, PubSub, EDI splitter separately, then you will be knowing all these concepts. So these topics is also new to us also. Like if they're just expecting us to, know the terminologies and if we explain that clearly, properly, like where in real time we will use and what are the terminologies which we use definition and properties ఎలా యూజ్ చేస్తాం ఒక రియల్ టైమ్ సినారియో అడుగుతారు క్వశ్చన్స్కి ఆన్సర్ ఇచ్చామంటే ఇంటర్వ్యూ కరెక్ట్ అనమాట బట్ వి జస్ట్ వాంట్ టు నో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ లైక్ ఇప్పుడు నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తున్నా రైట్ నేను మానిటరింగ్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ పీ దే విల్ బి ఎక్స్పెక్టింగ్ లైక్ వితౌట్ now you are seeing and we can tell okay without even seeing just by saying interviewer face you have to tell that okay we'll be having monitor messaging processing ఉంటుంది అక్కడ successful messages ఉంటాయి failed messages ఉంటాయి then manage integration content ఉంటుంది there will be having like runtime status of all the flows deployed whether it has started status or failed status ఉందా దాని and security material లో యూజర్ క్రెడెన్షియల్స్ కి ఒక సెక్యూరిటీ మెటీరియల్ ఉంది సర్టిఫికేట్ కి ఒకటి ఉంటుంది అండ్ పీజీపీ కీస్కి ఒకటి ఉంటుంది అండ్ మేనేజ్ డేటా స్టోర్ ఉంది దెన్ నంబర్ రేంజెస్ ఉంది పటా డైరెక్టరీ ఉంది వాట్ ఈస్ ద
Okay.
రోల్ ఆఫ్ all these tiles in the um, CPA BTP integration suite and what is like the type of adapters which we use type of palette functions which we use so they just play and they will ask questions among themselves and it's not like too difficult for you to crack the interview but getting used to the terminology is a difficult thing, which I think you just need to spend at least 1 or 2 months by creating trial account and just need to do some real-time hands-on experience, and they will have that grip. So tomorrow we'll be discussing about this thing, bro. And ఇక్కడ కూడా నేను లైక్ ఎలా కంపెనీ ప్రొఫైల్ ఎలా క్రియేట్ చేస్తాను అగ్రిమెంట్ టెంప్లెట్ ఎలా క్రియేట్ చేస్తాను నేను యాడ్ చేశాను that I will be sharing with you. So tomorrow we'll start advanced event mesh topic that will take like Monday కదా ఈరోజు Tuesday, Wednesday. Advanced event mesh. I think I've already created మీకు ఈరోజు చూపించుదాం అనుకున్నా I think it's already late, but I think it will be too much for you. ఏమని
రేపు
like
12
yeah, yeah.
12:30 కాల్ ఉంది. సో
uh,
10:45 కనెక్ట్ అవుదామంటే రేపు 10:45 టు 11:45 కనెక్ట్ అయ్యి ఒక 10 మినిట్స్ టైం ఇస్తే దానికి ప్రిపేర్ అవుతా అంతే.
10:45 అంటే
రేపు
7,
సిచ్యువేషన్
9:45, 8:45, 8:30. Okay, for us
అదే
it will be
సేమ్ ఈ
8:30.
రోజులాగా
8:50. Okay.
8:15
Okay, bro. Just a minute. Sorry.
అయ్యిద్దంటే లేదంటే
Sure.
చూద్దాం.
మీకు చెప్తా ఏం కాల్ లేదంటే నేను 8:15 కరెక్ట్. జస్ట్ దేర్ విల్ బి క్యూ టాపిక్ ఉంటుంది. ఎలా పబ్లిష్ చేస్తే మేము ఎలా కన్జ్యూమ్ చేసుకుంటాం అది. దట్ విల్ టేక్ జస్ట్ లైక్ మ్యాక్స్ 1 or 2 క్లాస్ అండ్ దెన్ మెసేజ్ మ్యాపింగ్ ఒకటి థింక్ బ్యాక్ ఇన్ ది సిపిఐలో పాలసీ టెంప్లెట్ ఉంది. దట్ ఐ విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ ఆన్ థర్స్డే. దట్ విల్ కవర్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. నేను జస్ట్ నోట్స్ ఇస్తా బ్రో మీకు. Like if I get free time, it's okay. I will explain. I think, see, even if I explain, it will be like theoretical only. I don't think you'll feel interested, but still, yeah. Those 5 notes which I provided are great. Like it has everything at one place. T code, okay. So I'll just ping the notes for you, maybe. You explain చేయలేదు, but still I'm pasting that. Shit. Space as it is. It doesn't make a difference. Section 17. I thought of using మీ నంబర్ తీసుకొని ట్రయల్ అకౌంట్ క్రియేట్ చేద్దాం అనుకున్నా. దెన్ యూ విల్ బి ఆల్సో క్రియేటింగ్ లేటర్ కదా, కావాలేమో అనుకుని.
తర్వాత ఎప్పుడన్నా అవసరం అయినప్పుడు కావాలి అంటే చేసి ఉంటే పర్లేదు ఎవరు అంటే ఎవరో ఉంటారు కదా వాళ్ళ దగ్గర తీసుకుంటా కానీ.
ఒక నిమిషం ఇవన్నీ స్పేస్ చేస్తున్నాయి. ఐ థింక్ ఇట్స్ టూ మచ్. ఐ జస్ట్ డివైడ్ ఇన్ పార్ట్స్. Actually, this weekend I was a bit free, so I created all the notes for you and got ready. Because like Monday to Friday నాకు కొంచెం పని ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది కదా. Like these days Christmas అని వెళ్ళిపోతున్నా, so they are hurrying up. Previous clients, they want to finish everything before going. So
క్లాస్ 17th నోట్స్ పెట్టలేదు అనుకుంటా. క్లాస్ 17th నోట్స్ పెట్టలేదు అనుకుంటా.
అది పెట్టండి జస్ట్ నౌ ఎవ్రీథింగ్.
18th లో పెట్టేశారు అది కూడా.
సెషన్ 17, 18 రెండు పెట్టాను, డివైడ్ చేసి పెట్టాను.
సరే
మెన్షన్ చేయలేదు అనుకుంటా. లైక్
పర్లేదు.
ఓకే బ్రో, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
నాకు లేట్ అవుతుంది ఎలాగో వెళ్తా.
బై.
ఓకే బాయ్ బ్రో, థ్యాంక్ యూ.